The breakup and the move. I'm sharing this story anonymously because I'm not proud of how things turned out. My ex and I broke up about 2 months ago, but since our lease wasn't up, we still had to live under the same roof. It was uncomfortable, awkward, and full of unspoken tension. Every day felt like walking through a storm that never ended. Eventually, I found a new place to move into. I packed up most of my stuff, but I agreed to keep paying my share of the rent so we wouldn't have to break the lease early. Before I left, I told her I'd stop by once a week, always at the same time, just to pick up any mail until I could get my address officially changed. She agreed, and that was that. I thought I was finally free. My new place wasn't perfect, but it gave me peace, something I hadn't felt in months. I started to feel like I could breathe again. I thought maybe the worst part of the breakup was behind me. Then came the first week after I moved out. I went back to the old apartment to grab my mail and the TV I'd left behind. When I got there, everything looked the same, but it didn't feel like home anymore. I said hi, tried to keep things civil, and went about what I came for. Before picking up the TV, I decided to use the bathroom in the hallway. And that's what happened. I looked down into the trash can and saw a used condom sitting there. My heart dropped. It had only been a few days since I moved out, not even a week, and she was already sleeping with someone else in the same apartment we used to share. In that moment, I felt my stomach twist. It wasn't just jealousy, it was heartbreak all over again. I froze for a few seconds, then I walked straight out of the apartment without grabbing the TV. I just couldn't do it. I drove home in silence, trying to push the anger down, but it kept boiling inside me. That night, I barely slept. I just kept thinking about that trash can and what it meant. The breaking point. The next morning, I woke up still feeling that same burning anger. It wasn't just about what I saw. It was everything. The months of pretending to be okay, the quiet fights, the tension, the effort I put into holding myself together while she moved on so easily. I told myself I'd just forget about it and move on. But the truth is, I couldn't. Every time I closed my eyes, that image came back. The apartment that once felt like ours now felt dirty, like something had been taken from me. Later that day, I texted her and told her I'd be coming by during my lunch break to grab the TV. She said okay. It should have been simple, in and out, no drama. But the second I stepped inside, the anger came flooding back. I don't even remember making a conscious decision. It was pure emotion, a mix of pain, betrayal, and rage. I saw the trash can again. Those same used condoms were still there. Without thinking, I grabbed the bag, careful not to touch anything directly, and carried it to the bedroom. I dumped the contents right onto her pillows. Then I flipped them over so it wouldn't be obvious right away. It was stupid, childish, and cruel. But in that moment, it felt like I was getting back at her for all the hurt she caused. As soon as I walked out the door, though, that feeling disappeared. The anger turned into guilt so fast it made me sick. I sat in my car, staring at my hands, realizing what I'd just done. All that pain I'd been holding in for months had exploded in the worst possible way. I didn't feel better. I felt worse. I drove away and didn't look back. I blocked her number, unfollowed her on everything, and promised myself I wouldn't go near that place again. For the first time, I truly felt alone, but maybe that was what I needed to face. The regret and the lesson. That night, I couldn't stop replaying everything in my head, the breakup, the moving out, and now this. I knew what I did was wrong, and no amount of anger could justify it. I let my emotions take control, and it cost me my peace. When you're hurt, revenge can feel tempting. It whispers to you that getting even will make the pain go away. But the truth is it doesn't. It only makes you feel emptier. Lying in bed that night, I realized how much I had let her control my emotions even after we broke up. She had moved on, but I was still stuck, still reacting to her choices. I didn't want to be that person anymore. So I made a promise to myself. I'd stop checking up on her, stop wondering who she was with, stop letting my past poison my future. I decided I'd focus on myself, even if it meant feeling the pain fully for a while. Since then, I've learned something important. 5 seconds of hesitation can save you from a lifetime of regret. If I had just paused for a moment before doing what I did, I could have walked away with my dignity intact. I know karma will probably come around someday, and that's fine. I accept it. I needed to learn this lesson the hard way. If anyone out there is going through something similar, if your ex hurt you, betrayed you, or moved on too quickly, please hear me out. Don't let revenge take over. Don't let them pull you down to their level. Walk away. Let the pain hurt, but don't let it define you. Because the best revenge isn't payback, it's peace. I lost control for a few minutes, but it taught me more about myself than any relationship ever did. Now I'm moving forward, quietly and peacefully, finally learning to let go. And if you ever find yourself in that same moment of anger, just stop, take a breath, and remember, 5 seconds of hesitation can change everything.